So, the story starts with Yuki, whose parents died in a car crash right when he graduated from high school. After his parents passed away, Yuki was left with only his younger sister, who took care of him, or should I say, made his life an absolute living hell. Before we move any further, a quick warning. If you are eating right now, please stop. Yuki's sister makes food for him, tells him to open wide, and then proceeds to feed her brother from her own mouth. Yuki clearly looks traumatized, but his sister is thoroughly enjoying every second of it. She says, "The food mixed with your little sister's saliva is tasty, isn't it?" Well, if an anime girl fed me like that, I'd probably eat 2 extra plates. Anyway, of course, Yuki absolutely hates all of this. He feels disgusted and ends up throwing up everything. This offends his sister, who gets furious that he wasted a meal handmade by her. Now he's going to get punished. Yuki tries to run away, but trips and falls. He then sees that his sister has brought a girl over. No, no, no. This girl is neither Yuki's girlfriend nor his friend. Yuki was in a club at school, and this girl was just the club manager. But last year, on July 27th, at 3:46 p.m., from exactly the 32nd to the 56th second, this girl allegedly looked at Yuki with lustful eyes. So, just for those 24 seconds of looking at him, his sister is going to punish her. Damn, we are only on the 6th page, and the craziness is already off the charts. To punish her, Yuki's sister literally cuts her fingers off. The poor girl can't even scream because she's gagged. She can only writhe in agony. And guess what? The punishment isn't over yet. Yuki's sister tells her, "You committed a crime because you have eyes. You looked at my brother with those eyes, right? Allow me to take them out for you." Yuki tries to stop his sister, but it's useless. He knows that if he stops her now, she will target his friends next. Because of this, Yuki is completely helpless and is forced to watch it all unfold. We then see Yuki's sister jam a wine opener straight into the girl's eyes. Man, this panel right here is absolutely terrifying. You can see Yuki's sister smiling while committing this atrocious act, and in the background, Yuki is completely broken. He has to suffer just like this poor girl. After killing the girl, Yuki's sister tells him, "If you act like a good boy, I won't hurt any of your friends." Then his sister leaves, and Yuki throws up again in the washroom. Here, we find out that this isn't the first time something like this has happened. His sister has killed many of his friends right in front of him. Yuki has been enduring this hell for the last 5 years. And in those 5 years, no one even came to check on him. Nobody cared about our guy, bro. Then, on one random day, Yuki finds the front gate of his house unlocked, and he makes a run for it. Our boy is so thrilled that he finally escaped hell. But that happiness doesn't last long. His sister finds him very quickly. Just seeing her is enough to make him absolutely terrified. She says, "Let's go home. You've been outside for too long." Poor Yuki finally got one chance. Is he going to lose it? No. He notices a truck speeding right behind his sister. Truck-kun is here to clutch, and Yuki goes for the assist. Yuki dashes forward and shoves his sister right in front of the truck. He thinks everything is finally over. Inner peace at last. But nope. His sister grabs him and drags him along with her. What a total noob. He couldn't even secure 1 kill. But hey, our guy is actually satisfied with this outcome. At least all his suffering will finally end. And that's exactly what happens. He dies. A goddess appears before him and tells him that he died. Hearing this, our boy gets so incredibly happy, you'd think the goddess just asked to smash. The goddess then explains that since his past life was heavily traumatizing, he'll get special treatment in his next life. He'll get a super rich family, a beautiful appearance, excellent talents, and he gets to keep all his memories. Plus, a lot of extra bonuses to make him happy, if you know what she means. The next world he's reincarnating into obviously won't be Earth. She also tells him that in this new world, he might even reunite with his family. Hearing the word family, Yuki immediately asks, "My sister? Can I meet my sister there too?" And the goddess casually drops a bomb. "To tell you the truth, your sister actually arrived here before you did, and I reincarnated her into the exact same world you're going to." What a crazy woman! Yuki flips out, saying he thought he was finally free of her, but now he has to go to the exact same world she's in. He outright refuses to reincarnate, but it's too late. Even the goddess can't stop the process now. However, she does promise that she will protect him. Seriously though, is this goddess an idiot? She must have known all the heinous things Yuki's sister did in her past life. Why the hell did she reincarnate her too? So, Yuki is born into the new world, and his name here is Jack. There's also a family maid named Neely. At first, Jack is confused, but he slowly realizes that he has indeed finally reincarnated into another world. After being born, the first thing he does is drink his mother's milk, which hilariously makes his dad jealous. Through his parents' conversations, we find out that Jack's dad is a massive pervert. He probably reads Jiraiya's books for sure. Jack is really happy to have such a family, but he knows he isn't truly Jack. Someone else was supposed to be born, but the goddess sent Yuki in his place. So Yuki decides to fully embrace being Jack, promising himself that, unlike last time, he won't let his family be shattered. To achieve this, Jack only needs to do one thing: lay low. He doesn't want to get famous or grab any attention. He just wants to live as an ordinary human, never talk about his past life, and definitely not go around shouting that he's a reincarnated guy. But he also knows there's a high possibility his sister will find him here too. So, besides hiding, he needs to learn how to defend himself. Fast forward 3 weeks, and we see Jack literally floating in the air. Bro is already standing out. Jack's mother says that manifesting a spiritual art at such a young age means their child is a prodigy. Jack's dad mentions that he himself manifested this power at the age of 4, while Jack did it in just 3 weeks. His dad decides to train Jack personally, so he can use his powers for the good of the world. And this was exactly what Jack wanted. Even though he's still just a baby, Bro is completely dedicated to mastering this power to protect everyone from his psychotic sister. Sometime later, the family maid reads a book to Jack, giving us some lore on how this alternate world was created. Originally, there was nothing. Then, some gods decided to create a king, who became the first creation. This king then used the god's ring to create the second and third creations, water and the laws of this world. Spirits also existed alongside them, which people nowadays use in their day-to-day lives. For example, the maid has a fire spirit power that she uses for cooking. In this world, there are a total of 72 spirits and 72 spiritual arts. The power Jack has is called the Wings of Desires. With this ability, anything Jack touches becomes completely weightless. As we dive deeper into the lore, we learn that originally, Earth and Heaven were connected, and people could travel freely between them. But over time, clashes over language and ideas broke out. As a result, a spirit named Andrea Lufus bound humans to the Earth with invisible chains. And it turns out, the spirit of Andrea Lufus is the exact one inside Jack. That's why he can actually see those binding chains. He can't fully control his powers right now, and he ends up accidentally hurting the maid, or so he thinks. He soon realizes that anything he floats and throws at someone won't actually deal any damage, nor will the object itself take any damage. Gradually, he figures out that if he genuinely wants to hurt someone, he basically has to deactivate his power on the object right before it makes an impact. Imagine he floats a phone and hurls it at a guy. Right before it hits the target, Jack has to turn off his power so the phone regains its weight. Once it hits with full weight, it deals real damage. While Jack is figuring all this out, his dad spots him. His dad is thrilled, thinking Jack is just learning to control his toys at such a young age. Jack finally turns 1 year old. His parents throw a massive birthday party with a ton of guests. And folks, this is where all the chaos is about to begin. At the party, Jack's parents tell their maid, "You've been with us for so many years. Go and visit your own parents." But she refuses. She replies, "Whenever I am with Jack-sama, I feel like he is someone incredibly precious to me." You see where this is going? After the party, the maid takes Jack out for a stroll and starts humming a song. Hearing this song triggers Jack's PTSD because his sister used to sing something very similar. Jack starts sweating, but he realizes it's not the exact same song. Just then, he notices that they aren't on their regular walking path. Suddenly, the maid begins singing the exact same song, word for word, that his sister used to sing. Jack's suspicions spike, and right then, his sister speaks through her. Finally, we are meeting again. It's been 15 years. The final boss he was grinding to defeat turned out to be his own maid. And this brings me to my first major point. Have you ever read a yandere manga where the yandere character is so dangerously obsessed that she literally reincarnates into the same world to stalk him? This is next-level yandere insanity. She's really out here traumatizing him in a second lifetime. And remember that walk Jack went on? It's about to be his last. He's never going to see his parents again after this. His sister tells him, "You'll take your afternoon nap now, and when you wake up, you'll be in our new home. And this time, nobody is going to get between you and me." That means she literally just kidnapped a baby. That is some Orochimaru-level craziness right there. After this, the woman completely loses her mind. Just look at this manga panel. The pure craziness and obsession are beyond compare. She says, "We aren't blood-related anymore, so we can even have kids together." Bruh. She's planning to have babies with a literal baby. There is so much going on in this panel. On the right, you have Jack's sister with an insanely creepy smile, and on the left is Jack, who is absolutely terrified. But from an art perspective, I love this panel. The tension building up here does 100% justice to her character. Next, we see another top-tier manga panel, where Jack is scared out of his mind. He's just thinking, "In my past life, she ruined 5 years of my life, but now she's going to ruin my entire lifetime. I was literally just born, man." Before, he was helpless, but now he's got powers. Jack uses his abilities to float away, which his sister absolutely hates. And we get treated to another amazing manga panel. I'm praising the art so much because we already know Jack's sister is a yandere, but not just a normal yandere. We're talking Conqueror's Haki level yandere. You can physically feel those psychotic characteristics just by looking at the panels. Jack thinks about flying back to the mansion, but he realizes it's pointless. His sister is unhinged and would just slaughter everyone there. Jack starts feeling helpless again, but then he remembers his powers and decides to fight back. Jack's sister arrives looking for him, and we see Jack hiding up in a tree. He's contemplating two options: drop something incredibly heavy on her, or launch her high up in the air and slam her back into the ground. Both are solid plans, but Jack needs to act fast because his sister is literally setting the forest on fire to smoke him out. She uses her powers to burn down every tree in the vicinity and calls out, "Nii-san, come out!" She even threatens that if he doesn't come out, she'll murder his new parents. Now I'm starting to suspect that she might have been the one who killed their parents in their past life, too. Jack flies out from his hiding spot and hurls a massive boulder at her, using his powers. But she easily counters it, terrifying Jack even more as the boulder stops mid-air. That happens because of his sister's hair. She can use her strands of hair like razor-sharp strings. As soon as I heard strings, I instantly got Doflamingo flashbacks. Jack gets caught by this attack, but it was all part of his plan. Jack uses his power to make the air around him weightless, causing the atmospheric pressure to plummet. In short, the wind is about to explode. And that's exactly what happens. The fire in his sister's hands blows back, and she ends up burning herself. She's in agonizing pain, and to end the suffering, she literally rips her own arm off and throws it away to save herself from burning to a crisp. Just another instance where I have to say, she is completely insane. She is half roasted right now, but she still refuses to give up. And then, she starts licking Jack. What kind of woman is this? Jack realizes that he isn't going to survive this. He'll never truly escape his sister. But just then, he senses a dormant power awakening inside him. We see that Jack has used his powers to levitate a colossal chunk of land. Seeing this, his sister realizes that Jack is actually a spiritual root. Spiritual roots are individuals who possess one of the 72 original spirits. And now, Jack's original spirit materializes right in front of him, the 65th original spirit, Sir Andrea Lufus. Armed with the power of the original one, Jack drops the massive piece of land squarely on his sister. He thinks it's game over, but then he looks up and sees his sister diving down from above. To dodge Jack's massive attack, his sister literally exploded her own leg to propel herself into the air, and now she has caught Jack mid-flight. While falling, Jack spots a huge waterfall and realizes it's the perfect battlefield to defeat a fire user. He changes their trajectory, and they both plunge straight into the waterfall. Even after crashing into the water, his sister refuses to let go. Jack hurls a rock at her, but she shatters it using her saliva. She seriously used a saliva attack. Long story short, Jack fails to escape and is caught once again. His sister starts her manic rambling again. "I love you so much. I'll never let anyone take you away." Just then, she notices the water floating up into the sky. Slowly, the entire volume of the waterfall gathers in the air above them. This was Jack's master plan all along. He knew that once she caught him, she would start spewing her crazy nonsense, and he used that exact window to prepare her execution. Jack renders his sister entirely weightless and gives her exactly 3 seconds to convince him why he shouldn't kill her. But since she's totally unhinged, she just goes back to her obsessive yapping. And just like that, 3, 2, 1, time's up. The sheer amount of water Jack had gathered from the waterfall drops onto his sister all at once, crushing her. Finally, she dies. Jack has finally killed the demon who ruined his past life and almost ruined this one too. Though, honestly, I don't really get why he starts crying over her death after everything she did. Jack's parents arrive at the scene, and Jack passes out from exhaustion. He fought hard, and he is just a baby after all. After this, we see Jack's sister again. She is talking about her brother and says that next time, she will come back with an even better plan. And the craziest part? She is saying this directly to us. Yes, us, the readers. Have you ever seen a yandere character so utterly psychotic that she literally breaks the fourth wall? Damn, even Hisoka wasn't this obsessed with Gon. The level of obsession Yuki's sister has for him is unmatched. I have to say, this is the most insane yandere story ever, and I genuinely enjoyed the art style. By the way, guys, for now, you can check out these other 2 videos of mine. I'm sure you'll love them. I'll catch you guys right here next time.